What's going on, guys? Welcome to your second stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and stimulus news report for Wednesday, September 30th. Today is the last day of September. That means there's a lot of very important things that are happening today that's going to affect a lot of people. First, if there's no stimulus package passed today, then the airline industry is expected to lay off tens of thousands of employees. Also, yesterday, Disney ended up laying off 28,000 employees, and it's expected to get much worse. Now, today is also the last day that the Senate can provide and pass the stopgap bill before there's a government shutdown. They are expected to do that. They did a somewhat of a preventable measure last night where they did a simple vote and it came out 82-6. So it is most likely going to pass sometime later today, which is good news. Also, today is the first day following the first presidential debate, meaning votes could potentially start to swing as of today. Now, let me know down in the comment section below, did you end up watching the debate last night? I watched it, and I can tell you it was very interesting. We had two kindergartners going back and forth, arguing with each other, calling each other names, liar, liar. We can go on and on with what happened. However, we got pretty much nothing out of it. So let me know what your thoughts were. Did you like it? Did you learn anything? Did it just, make you decide, okay, I'm definitely voting for him and not him? Let me know down in the comment section below. What did you think of that debate? Now, in regards to stimulus negotiations, Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin yesterday had a 50-plus minute long phone call. In this phone conversation that they had yesterday morning, after it, Nancy Pelosi said that it was positive. They moved forward. There was progress. She was optimistic. Now, Mark Meadows, President Trump, and Steve Mnuchin all had a conversation yesterday together prior to the debate, and multiple reports are saying that they also had a conversation after the debate as well, as far as how are they going to proceed with this stimulus negotiation. Well, what's expected to happen, what many reports are saying, is that the conversation was going to be about continuing, moving forward, and providing some type of counteroffer to Nancy Pelosi's $2.2 trillion stimulus package. Now, as far as what is in this package, I'm going to explain that in just a minute, because there are a few reports out there saying that these are the things that most likely Steve Mnuchin and the Trump administration want to change before going back to Nancy Pelosi with their counterargument. Now, we knew Steve Mnuchin and the Trump administration were not just going to accept any and the first offer that Nancy Pelosi and House Democrats put on the table. That's not how a negotiation works. So, we knew there's going to be a counteroffer, but what is going to be in that counteroffer? Well, hopefully we know sometime today. Now, if you didn't get a chance to see what was in the HEROES Act, HEROES 2.0, then I'm going to link to the video down in the description box below where I talk about what is in it, what I think was good, what was bad, what's missing. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that, again, it will be at one of the links down in the description box below. Now, however, this is what many people are predicting is going to be part of the counteroffer. So let me explain it. First off, one of the big ones is there's no cannabis banking. This is something that was not affected by COVID-19. Democrats are saying that cannabis came out and it was a therapeutic endeavor for some people. So because of that, because it's considered therapy, that this should be part of the bill. Well, Republicans are going to fight this. This was not part of COVID-19. This had no effect. So why is it in a relief bill? Also, one of the other things that they are going to fight is they do not want to pay $600 per week for unemployment. Not because it is not something that would be needed and necessary. It is because many people would get paid more to stay at home. And what some people are saying is that this would provide a disincentive to go back to work. However, studies have shown this is not a disincentive. Many people have made more at home than they have going back to work, However, they still choose to go back to work because they want to work. Okay, so I read someone's comment the other day saying that, people that are at home on unemployment don't just sit at home. I know that. I get that. This is not my take. I have nothing. I have no say in whether it's $600, $400, or zero. I'm just reporting the news and what other people are saying. Now, Republicans are most likely not going to agree for anything over $400 per week. And they will also most likely put in a 100% max wage replacement, which means if you normally made $400 per week, you are not going to get $200 from the state unemployment plus an additional $400 from the federal unemployment boost. It's going to only be 100% max of whatever your previous wage was. That's what Republicans have been saying ever since the CARES Act came out, and that's one of the things they're continuing to fight for. So expect that to be in the counteroffer. Also, one of the things that is being reported is that yesterday, Steve Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi could not agree on a second stimulus check. Now, there are going to be a lot of reports out there saying that a stimulus check is not coming. Well, technically that's true, but the reason why some of these reports are coming out is because this report stated that they could not agree on a second stimulus check. It was not because the second stimulus check was $1,200 for filers and $1,200 for their spouse and $500 for dependents. They agree on that. They also agree on all dependents. That's adult dependents and children as well. They are also agreeing on that if you owe back child support, your stimulus check cannot be taken away from you. However, the one thing that they are in a disagreement on is Democrats want to include people with an ITIN number. Republicans only want to include those with a social security number. So, because of that, that's where the disagreement is currently at. Now, where they go with this, who knows? However, most are expecting if a stimulus package is passed, that $1,200 stimulus check is included in it. Another big one, you knew it was coming, so I'm going to bring it to you right now, is state and local government funding. Currently, the way Nancy Pelosi has the HEROES Act 2.0, it's $438 billion for state and local governments, and that's broken down. Now, what is most likely going to happen is they're going to bring that number down. Republicans want to get under $300 billion. 200 to 250 billion would be their preferred number. So this would be broken down into 150 billion for states and 100 billion for local governments. So again, we will see once the counteroffer gets revealed, but that is what these reports are saying. Also, renters assistance. This is something that I was shocked. I was seriously shocked by this because these reports are saying that Republicans, although they agree there should be rental assistance for the needy, for the people that are really struggling, there should not be $50 billion for renters assistance when we are currently somewhere around 25 to maybe $30 billion in back rent. So what Democrats are pretty much doing here by asking for $50 billion is they're asking for the back rent that's already owed, plus, or that's already due, plus any amount that could potentially be due in the future. So $50 billion I think is great. It would definitely help. Republicans, on the other hand, are most likely going to counter with $30 to $40 billion. Remember what I said yesterday, that they're not far off. They're not a long ways off, like hundreds of billions of dollars on one specific piece. They are hundreds of billion dollars apart, but combined. So when you take all these little incremental decreases and you add them all up, that's going to give you the difference. Another piece that Republicans could potentially argue against, and President Trump has done this in the past, is Nancy Pelosi and Democrats, they want $208 billion for school funding. Republicans are not disagreeing that $208 billion would be great and is needed to reopen schools safely and get children back into the classrooms. However, what they have done, and they've said this in the past, President Trump publicly stated this as well, is we need to give funding to schools, but some of the money, a partial amount, should be contingent on the school actually reopening. And I think that's fair. However, President Trump said before, 2/3 should be contingent on the school fully reopening. That is a bit excessive. So a partial amount, maybe another 50 billion should go to schools that are reopening. But 150 billion are going to schools that still do virtual learning. There needs to be a mix here, because I think this is one of the things that Republicans are going to fight. And it's probably not going to be the amount, it's probably going to be the way it's distributed and when. And the last thing is there's multiple budget line items here as well that were not really affected by COVID-19. I'm pretty sure Republicans are going to fight these. Whether Nancy Pelosi and Democrats stand strong, who knows? But as of right now, there's a lot of stuff inside the Heroes 2.0 that doesn't necessarily need to be there right now. It can eventually be taken care of, and with state and local government funding, that could possibly go into some of these other fields. But again, we will have to see what the counteroffer actually shows and what Nancy Pelosi's position is on all this stuff. What we know right now is that Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin are both serious about passing another round of stimulus, but it will come down to their negotiation tactics and counteroffers that are on the table. As soon as I hear more about what is proposed in this counteroffer, I will definitely let you know, and I will definitely let you know how Nancy Pelosi receives this. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it good? Is it bad? We won't know, but as soon as I know, I will fill you in. In unemployment news, 8 states have yet to receive a single payment of their first $300 FEMA fund. This is for people on unemployment. If you are on unemployment, you could potentially receive up to 6 weeks of an additional $300. And this was coming from FEMA. These 8 states that haven't paid this out a single penny are Alaska, Kansas, Nebraska, Nevada, New Jersey, Oregon, Virginia, and Wisconsin. Now, I feel very bad for the unemployed in these states, because many experts are saying that this $300 was predicted to keep families afloat during these tough times. So, in these 8 states, people that are on unemployment, if you are one of those, let me know, how are things going? Is there any insight as to what's happening? Are you getting any information? But as of right now, this is what the reports are saying, and that is just, it's sick. These people need money, and the government needs to step in. FEMA needs to do what they can. It was their job. They should be distributing the money. The states need to get it out as quickly as possible. There should be no reason people are waiting. In other news, health experts are warning Americans to stock up on essentials such as toilet paper, paper towels, and even Lysol wipes or Clorox wipes, because they could be in short supply. Many warehouses are saying they are hoarding or stockpiling their inventory, because they are expecting a second wave, and they do not want to have what happened back in March, where stores and shelves were completely bare, had no products on them, because so many people were buying excess inventory. So they say stock up now, and also stock up on any cold and flu medications, because we are coming up on flu season. With that said, they are also highly recommending get your flu shot now. Don't wait. There's no point to wait. Get it now. It will still be effective in 2, 3, and 4 months. So get it now and have it out of the way. So there you guys go. That is your second stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and stimulus news report for Wednesday, September 30th. Tomorrow is October 1st. We're in a new month. Things could be completely different, but what I promise you is I'm going to come back later on today. I'm going to fill you in on what's going on, what Steve Mnuchin says, what Nancy Pelosi says, what maybe President Trump is saying. I'm going to bring you that update, because I promise you, okay, I do not want you going one day without any stimulus that you could be getting, any stimulus you deserve. So again, I'm going to bring you that update. Hopefully you come back. Hopefully you click that button, subscribe today. Do me a favor, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you go ahead, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe today, and I'll see you guys on the next one.